welcome into the channel. I hope that you guys are doing great. Let's jump into it. So this is number 4 of the 9 or 10 reads that I'm going to do for you guys today. There is a particular order of events that are significant to how something will play out. Okay. Now, the fact that in yesterday's read, the fact that you were escorted out of the bath and then robed before being seated are very significant actions. Okay, y'all. Sorry about that. So let me just repeat that because I need to make sure I've said what I have here. Okay, so the fact that you were escorted out of the bath and then robed before being seated are very significant actions. Okay. Now I took the help that you received, or the escort part of the whole situation, being escorted out of the tub, because I saw someone reach their hand out to you. You grabbed their hand and you were led out, much like a man, a man that is very courteous, or what is that word I'm looking for? Chivalrous, right? How a man would lead his woman or grab her hand so that, to make sure she doesn't fall or something like that, right? But that's how it was. It was like a hand was outstretched, you grabbed the hand and you stepped out of the tub, okay? Very gracefully, okay? Very demure, okay? All right. So anyway, I took that escort, or that help that you received, as a particular guide. So there could be a particular guide that will reveal themselves to you and be at your service, okay, in the near future. All right. Now, the next thing that I kind of broke down with this energy is that the fact that you were robed, okay, the fact that you were robed let me know that the guide will cover and shield you through some form of transformation. Just a moment. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry for the distraction. So anyway, yes, the fact that you were robed, like I said, it let me know, and you were robed by the guide, okay, by the same escort or guide that led you up out of the bath. So basically, it let me know that this guide will cover you. They're going to cover and shield you through either some form of transition, because you're going from the water in the tub to the solid ground, right? And then you're led to another place. So there is a symbolic transition that's going to be taking place that you're going to be led through, and you're going to be covered and guided through that transition, okay, by this particular guide, all right? So next, you were seated, right? So in yesterday's read, I was telling y'all that after you were robed, you were guided over to a seat. You were seated. And to be seated, y'all, is to be secured. If someone is sat or seated, they're secured. The foundation is something that is stabilizing enough or stable enough to hold them, okay? So to be seated is to be secure or to be stable or stabilized, all right? The 4 of Wands energy could be floating around tarot land right now. It could be very significant. The fact that, the act of you being lifted up and carried away, it tells me that you were considered worthy of honor, elevation, and exposure, because you were hoisted up, lifted up, and then you were carried by this guide and others that were holding this seat, much like something you would have seen in, like, what era? The era where the chariots were carried. They weren't quite cars, right? And so they were carried by men. They were carried by people. And I'm trying to think of what era. I can't even, right now my mind it's drawing a blank. But it's kind of like back in the days when there were kings and queens, and if they wanted to see their property, or they wanted to see progress in their property, something like in the biblical days, right? Like an old biblical movie, if you've ever watched one of those, and you see the king or the pharaoh come through, and he's seated on this, like, this makeshift, like, not makeshift, but this, like, bed, right? Or seat, and he's carried through the town by these men, Okay. It's like that. It was like that. Okay. So something about you being seen or recognized or honored in some type of way after you're seated is very significant. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune is significant, or there will be some type of rise, increase, or level up. This could even be in the form of an upgrade or ascension. I know we are currently going through upgrades. By the time y'all are getting this message, we are ascending. We're having upgrades, so we're experiencing those ascension symptoms as well. All of that could be significant to this energy. And then lastly, I have the Six of Wands, which the Six of Wands, it denotes recognition and success. All right. So I've given you how these particular events are going to play out. Okay. Or how these significant events are going to occur. So whatever this is, you guys can apply it to your life and know that that's how it's going to play out. All right. I'm hearing mark my words. All right. I'm hearing territorial solutions. All right. Take that as it resonates. All right. I don't know. All right. Somebody, you could be watching King Kong, or you need to watch King Kong. I hope that you guys enjoyed this read, my loves. And if you did, thank you for hitting that like button. Oh, 12:12 on the clock. I'll see you guys next time.